Want to stop juggling spreadsheets, calendars, and a dozen apps just to run your rentals? Lodgify makes it easy. It's an all-in-one toolkit for hosts. Build a direct booking website, automate guest messaging, and keep all your channels in sync. Running your rental business your way has never been simpler. And for Good Morning Hospitality listeners, you can get 20% off any yearly plan with code GMH20. Just check the link in the show notes to get started today.
Welcome to Good Morning Hospitality, your one-stop shop for the latest news, noteworthy trends, and thought-provoking discussions across the industry. From hotels to short-term rentals to all things travel and hospitality, you'll find each episode equips you with the information that you need to start your week. Join us on Good Morning Hospitality every Wednesday, wherever you get your podcasts. I always love that.
Morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing good. I hadn't really watched our intro video in a while. Usually I'm doing something while that's going on, but it was nice to see. Like,
okay.
we look pretty good in that intro,
We
all
look
right.
profesh.
Like we tricked everybody, but I love it.
Tricked everybody. I had a name tag and everything.
Yeah, well, hold on. Your background is way different. What's going on? Where are you?
Ooh, where am I? Well, first of all, I am on another Cunard ship. So I am on this time the Queen Elizabeth. So for those that, hello, oh my gosh, Lou already joining us here from Charleston. Love it. So I last time I joined you guys, we were in Norway in the Norwegian fjords on the Queen Anne, and I am on the Queen Elizabeth this time, and we are just about to pull into Ketchikan, Alaska.
So cool. I love it. I need to get to Alaska. I've never been up there. I made myself a new goal where I want to visit the national parks, a lot more of them, and all the top ones seem to be up in Alaska. So I'm making my little checklist to get up there.
They are stunning. They are. Wait, should we get wild? Should I show everybody? Do you guys want to see where I am?
I want to see where you are. What's the view look like?
All right. I'm plugging some things. Okay, perfect.
Let's be live on air.
Welcome to my stateroom.
This room. You made your bed very nicely, Sarah, for the show.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you.
What can I say? Ooh, look at this.
Whoa. So what am I looking at? Is that Alaska straight ahead?
Yes, that's Alaska.
Land ho. I like it.
There you go. So yeah, I'm on a cruise.
Look at this. So amazing. Kate, she's liking the view.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for doing this, Sarah. I feel like I just traveled a little bit out of Miami up to Alaska. The power of technology.
It's very nice. So let me just get plugged back in here, make myself look all good.
Well, it's been a crazy week for me while you're plugging in here. A lot going on.
Yeah. Tell us what's going on.
Backstage, if some of you all know, working on our own beautiful hotel project here in South Florida called Bahia. And hopefully today's the day. Everything kind of gets finalized on, I can't say exactly what, but a lot of things that we needed to get done. Hopefully we'll get done today. But Lou made me think of this because he says 100,000% humidity in South Carolina. And there's something I really want to put on our Bahia project, which is a machine that takes humidity out of the air and makes purified water for drinking. I think that'd be really cool to have at our cafe as we're going. What do you think of that?
Wait. No, this would be amazing. But so it's purifying the air inside.
It takes humidity out of the air. So it's imagine it looks like a box. And
it's a dehumidifier box type thing.
Purifies the water, and then you can drink that water.
Oh my gosh. So instead of it getting on your skin and being all sticky, you can just consume it?
Yes.
Sign me up.
We're sucking 100%. Out the humidity out of Miami and serving it as drinking water. That's one of my goals. I need to get that on there. But I saw it and I loved it. But anyhow, we got a lot going on. You're traveling. I'm in here in the studio. Totally. You're inspiring me to travel some more. I got some travels coming up, which I'll share soon. But I think we should get into our news. What do you think, Sarah? Did I lose you on the cruise ship?
All right. Yeah. Oh, my Wi-Fi might be funky. But let's see. Can you hear me all right?
I hear you perfect.
We keep it rolling.
We keep it rolling. But I think we get into our first news story of the day. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Do we want to touch on anything that happened on Monday, by the way, with the Monday show? In case you guys haven't tuned in, you should be sure to tune in. They're talking about all sorts of great things. The big thing that hit the news this past week was Booking.com launching a credit card partnership with Visa and Imprint. That's huge. The big thing is, will U.S. consumers actually adopt it and shift loyalty from other platforms? That'll be interesting. Expedia shared their Q2 earnings, as well as Airbnb. So,
Yeah,
big
Airbnb,
week.
your stock is hurting me. We need Brian Chesky to get some bigger news out there. Get that stock price back up. Let's see what happens.
Can we have a conversation?
Hold on, I'm losing you, Sarah. Can you hear me?
You're losing me. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. We're back.
Okay, perfect.
Think pulling into
Amazing.
Alaska. We'll see what happens here.
We'll see.
But yeah, we'll see how the stock price does on Airbnb. But we got some big news coming in for us today, and I can jump in that hotels. We got this first hotel. The hotel runs entirely on renewable energy, and does it pay off? And so I'm not sure if you had a chance to read this article, but it was very cool to see that this hotel, and I need to get the name up here, has now invested and doing zero emissions. So not net zero, which is like buying carbon credits and like kind of whitewashing things. They're doing net zero, which means they are not using any kind of fossil fuels at their property. It's the Hotel Marcel in New Haven, Connecticut. And it's a 165-room Hilton that runs entirely on renewable electricity. What did you think when you're seeing this article?
I love this. This is great. And by the way, the design of the rooms, they're aesthetically pleasing as well. They've done a really good job. I mean, I think I think that this is first of all, I find the location interesting and curious. I mean, it's like obviously like in New Haven, but I think this will be a great testing ground to see how this goes and seeing how other hotels would hopefully follow suit, because this is awesome. I mean, every major system, heating, air conditioning, hot water, the like laundry, all of that running on renewable energy. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I like seeing our on the ground reporter, Kate, saying she used to work at Charlestown's hotels, and it's truly amazing. Hotel Marcel, they are doing it right. What I liked about it is that they invested $3 million less than they would have had to raise for a conventional hotel. And they got all these credits for putting solar panels up and making sure that when they built this building, it was airtight, which costs more, but actually is saving them, they said, like 2/3 on their power bill, which is gigantic because you spend so much on electricity and power in hotels the conventional way. So what they're really saying is the owner is saying, look, it may sound like it's almost impossible, and there's a lot of ways to like greenwash things by saying that you're net zero emissions, but they truly believe in doing things this way, and they want to prove that you can and still have a great product. And from what we're seeing it with Kate saying, it's a beautiful property, and from the reviews that I checked out online, people love it, and they're also getting great events because they're getting companies that want to support this kind of hotel, and so they're getting more and more groups when. You know, we will see in another article, groups aren't traveling as much for certain brands. They're traveling to this one. So it's great to see.
Yeah. Well, and you know, I think we're now kind of past that point. Like for the longest time, people associated green with, like they had a hard time associating green with luxury or meeting the expectations that they wanted in hospitality. You know, so for some reason they always thought, oh, green meant kind of like cutting corners or too, for lack of a better way, just too granola, too rustic, too whatever. And that isn't the case. So it's awesome what they're doing. And yeah, I mean, again, like green is the new black. Green is the new sexy. That is what I am standing by. There you go.
Quote it. Let's cut it and quote it. We'll put it out there.
You're welcome.
No, I think it's great. I love seeing this. And again, like I'm a big supporter of it my entire career, even the brands I work with and my coffee and all this fun stuff. Like I'm a big believer in giving back and making sure the environment's better than we found it. So we'll keep pushing, keep going. Hotel Marcel, good job.
Keep going. All right. Well, if I'm strong enough here, you want me to kind of chime in on this second topic? Cool. So Hyatt's sort of doing a luxury focus and asset light strategy, sort of is like everything is for sale. So Hyatt's basically divesting its own properties and concentrating on management and franchise models. So this is going to be interesting. They're really kind of like reinvesting into luxury and lifestyle brands, trends that we have talked about many, many times
Yes.
on the show, and particularly in high growth international markets. So I love this. Everything is for sale.
It's
Everything
a great
must
quote.
go.
They want to put it out there. Everything is for sale. So I read into a little bit more. And really what they're saying is, look, we all know it's expensive to own the hotel. It's expensive to have that real estate. And they don't want to be owners of properties. They want to manage it because you get your fees, you get your commissions, you get things as the management company. You don't have to worry about holding a mortgage. You have to worry about making sure your team gets paid, and you manage your labor the right way and making sure guests are happy. And that's what they want to focus on, but they're not going to sell everything. They said at some point you can't sell everything. You got to still own some of the properties as a hotel brand. But they are. And I've seen a lot of the brands that they're really working on. Like you've stayed at Andaz. I've helped one of them here. They're really focusing on their ultra luxury brands because they want to get back into that world. And so, sometimes you don't think of Hyatt in the same way you think of a St. Regis or a Ritz-Carlton, right? Or a Waldorf from the Hilton brand. Like they want to get their brands back into that top level. And so they're really making a big push to get in there. And I'm excited to see where they go over the next 12 months because they're really going to make a big push, especially down here in Miami. They're building a lot of them.
Totally. And what I do like about the brand, what they do have going for them is that when I think of Hyatt, I do think of like a little bit more personality. I mean, Park Hyatts are definitely a step above. I feel Park Hyatts are more comparable with like Ritz-Carlton, that sort of vibe. But yeah, in general, a lot of their other brands, I'm like, I get fun when I think of it. It's like a little bit more fun. So, and again, I think
they bought the standard hotels, right? So they're going to get some more fun and doing more of that,
which is great.
Like what you said, really Park Hyatt, like it to be ultra premium. But if you talk to most people, they're like, oh yeah, it's just a Hyatt hotel. They don't realize that that's what they want to be. So they got some work to do on their marketing side that they're going to make a big push on.
Oh gosh, well, I can help you, Hyatt. So holla at your girl.
Let's go. We'll stay at some of them and make sure it goes. But one other thing for here is that they are saying there's some risks. That they're not seeing as many business travel at their brand, but we read other ways. Like they saw, business was up in a lot of other areas. So I guess each brand kind of sees different things.
Well, and think about it. Okay, if you're looking at if you're, business travelers, like you're probably you're kind of looking at bulk and availability. And so that would probably make sense that if you're a business and you're looking to send your business travelers, you might be leaning more into like a Marriott or a Hilton just because of the sheer availability in cities across the country, not necessarily just the big markets. Yep. So that's not too surprising to me, but again, it's, there's something for everyone, every type of traveler.
Yes. Again, we said it week after week after week. The luxury traveler is still traveling, and that's what they're going after with this. So, all right, luxury travelers, keep the industry going for us. Let's keep it pumping.
Ooh. Okay, so speaking of, let's talk about loyalty programs.
Yes.
This is, I'm a big fan of loyalty programs. Everybody knows my airlines, my hotels too. I'm like, if I'm staying somewhere, if I'm doing it, I am earning points for it, because I'm going to continue traveling. But hotel loyalty programs value is basically declining. But they're kind of trying to, and why is it declining? Let's kind of talk about that. Hotel points are losing value due to inflation.
Yep.
Higher redemption thresholds. Blackout dates always exist. So some members are frustrated. They're like, I got these points, but like, it's not taking me very far. So it's interesting because now they're kind of leaning into exploring new ways to redeem these points.
Yeah, and I like the new ways.
Let's talk about it.
They're trying to get AI into this booking process because there are so many options. Sometimes you don't know like what the points could be used for, or when you can use the points, or what the blackout dates are, and how to make it more personal for your own experience and journey. And so for me looking into it, I'm not like you as dedicated because I don't travel as much as you. So for me, I'm always looking for what's a good deal, what brand do I like and trust, and if I can get some points, great. And hopefully, I'm in the Bonvoy, I'm in Hilton, their program. I don't think I'm in Hyatt's, But I'm always curious. Like, I don't really look at my points. So if it can be part of that booking journey and get me excited about, oh, well, if you book here, you could use points for this and get yourself an amenity in the room or an upgrade of some kind. But a lot of people are saying they're not getting the value out of the points that they see. And it takes a long time to accumulate so many points that where you get some of those greater rewards that they're falling off. So they're trying to figure out a way to kind of balance everything out.
Well, and I've seen this happen before, I mean, a lot of, I've got, clients with like Marriott and Hilton and the likes, and they've been pushing for some time, like years now. Yeah, you can use your points for these exclusive like concert experiences or dining experiences. So I do like that they're thinking outside the box, but as a consumer, I mean, I understand why they're doing that, but as a consumer, I'm like, I just want to use this for a hotel stay. Like, that's what I'm looking for.
I want my on property, something on property that I can use, right? That's why I always like use my American Express. I know I'm going to get at the fine hotels and resorts, I'm going to get my $100 credit, my late checkout, whatever it might be to on property is a nice treat. I enjoy using that, right? That's something I know I'm going to get during my trip that I can use. But I understand if you travel all the time, like business travelers and some people that have to, for their day to day, it makes sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. What I liked with this particular article, because you guys know I'm a big fan of stats and seeing like what the trends are. Yeah. They had a report, and according to the report, younger generation, so Gen Z, millennials, are 19% more likely than older generations, Gen X and baby boomers, to participate in loyalty programs. And they're also quicker to shift allegiance when disappointed. Absolutely. I even see that with my mom. It was just recently, we were talking about booking something. She's like, oh, I guess I'll join Marriott Bonvoy. And I'm like, have you not joined that already? I mean, I guess she's not traveling as much as I am, but I see it with us.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, right? But like I did, and I didn't realize I wasn't a part of some of them because I don't use them all the time. So like I got to the hotel, like, are you part of it? I was like, actually, I don't know if I am or not. So get me signed up. Let's do it.
Yeah. Here's all my details. Find me in the system.
I was looking though. I'll give one to Intercontinental because all of a sudden I started traveling a bunch of Intercontinentals last year. And then I was like, all right, I stayed a lot of nights and all different properties. I should be qualifying for something. And then I look at my points and didn't qualify me for anything. I'm like, come on, man. I just stayed like several weeknights at your place. Like what? I can't get a fruit plate. What's going on here?
Sadly,
but
sadly, no.
They still took care of me there, but I'm just saying point wise. Let's see what we say. Lou's saying, I participate in a bunch of loyalty programs, but don't pay as much attention to the goodies that I should. Right. So that AI tool, I think, would help you for sure.
And by the way, when we're talking about goodies, I'm not talking about a water bottle for your room or some free Wi-Fi.
What are you talking about? A cookie?
I'm talking about, I mean,
a DoubleTree hotel cookie. I'll get one.
I'll always take a cookie. I've actually never had one of those.
No, I used to work at DoubleTree in college, and I had hundreds of them. Delicious.
Oh, they're fantastic. One of these days, we'll definitely give it a try. No, I don't want to, like, I should have a water and I should have free Wi-Fi.
So you're saying you don't want water that's pulled from humidity out of the air, Sarah?
No. That's cool. That's like a party trick. But
and I see. What would you want? Like, if you say this is a good amenity, is it a fruit plate, charcuterie thing? Is it a bottle of wine or something personalized?
Yeah, I would, if it's going to be an amenity, I definitely want something like a charcuterie, bottle of wine, something like that, that like is
extra,
like a little bit more elevated, or use those points for an upgrade. Be like, kind of like how on flights, on airlines, you can be like, cash in on 35,000 points and you can get like upgraded to whatever. I don't feel like I see that in hotels.
Not as much. No, there's a big
gap. I'd be down for that.
And then Christelle, I see your comment about your friend that has the humidity turning into drinking water company in the Bahamas. If you want to make an intro on LinkedIn, I would take it. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Making magic happen right here on Good Morning Hospitality.
Making deals live. If you're here live, we make deals. Talk about live. This is a random side note here for everybody. I just signed up for the app Whatnot. Have you heard of Whatnot? It's the live.
Oh, I have, but I don't. Talk to me.
I just went on it last night. I was like, all right, let me see this live selling. I keep hearing all like Gary Vaynerchuk
talk about it.
Talking about live shopping. I was like, all right, let me see what's going on. Maybe I can sell some books or some coffee or something. Let me see. And it was really interesting how they're doing it. Like, I think our show will have that at some point where we have a live component of selling some hotel rooms or some product, or you're on the cruise, like, hey, book
Oh,
this room right now with me, and you get commissions. So
I
anyhow,
was thinking more like uniforms and clothing, but yes, rooms too.
or swag, yeah, it's really cool. Like I was
Like
watching the
a
live
uniform.
show. We got live viewers, right? With Lou and Christelle and Kate, you're on right now. If we were to get you a deal on a hotel room that you could bid for way under price, would you do it? Let us know, yes or no.
Ooh.
I'm curious to see.
Or what else would you be interested in in like the hospitality or travel space? Is there
I think
something
we
else that
could
we're
do
not thinking
something
of?
there. Yeah. Lou says, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah." hmm I
Oh,
think there's
yeah.
something there. I think there's
Oh
something.
my
We're gonna chew on
yeah, I
this.
mean,
I was
okay,
playing with
we could
Whatnot
definitely
for
do
like I was tapping on Whatnot for like 2 hours last night, just like seeing what everyone's selling, all different stuff of all different kinds, and you just see people buying within seconds. It's like buy, 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 and people are just buying stuff, all random things.
so my that would be I'm curious because kind of like, like to know it where people are sharing clothing, it's a far easier buy when you're trying to get somebody to buy like a $40 sweater. It's a little bit more it's a different thing if it's like, oh, it's a several $1,000 cruise or whatever that is. So
I don't know. I think it might be if you're
curious
going
what the
there looking
threshold.
for it. I think if you
True.
go looking for it, you would do it. Because I've been at live auctions, right? You go to the live auctions at events, and people see
Yeah.
like cruises and things, and they put their name down. And if you can get a deal, like my dad does it all the time. He'll go, and they'll be like, like those second tier hotels that people are like, oh, I don't want to bid on those. He always does, and then goes home with like 10 trips to go do different hotels, and we always end up going to like these cool places. So
Okay.
anyhow,
Okay.
big tangent that I took us on, but as we were sitting here live interacting with everybody,
A
Kate just
useful
said,
one.
yeah, she said, I take a deal for that. Kate just said,
Okay.
Christelle, who wouldn't? Look, I'm
Perfect.
telling you, there's something here. We're going to dive
Perfect.
into this, Will. Get this on the Skift radar. We're going to get some
Oh
travel
my god.
commissions for selling deals at the end of every show.
Ooh wee. All right. Why don't we go ahead and talk about our next topic here? Because we've
It'll
definitely
take us off too far. Lou wants a Paris auction package next month. All right. There's
okay.
something here. You see?
Deal. I got photos, Lou. I got photos. So we can make that happen. How to become a concierge. Oh, well
All right.
that I cannot handle in 30 seconds or less. But that we can talk about that another day on
A
another show.
segment. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Let's keep
cool.
going. I took us too far offline.
That's all right. That's fine. Let me steer us back. That's not what I did
Hey-o.
there. Hey, all right. So Seabourn, which is interesting because it's actually sort of a sister line to the Cunard line. They are launching Arctic and Antarctic luxury expedition cruises, which is so exciting. Seabourn's debuting ultra luxury polar expeditions featuring ice class ships. I like that with luxury amenities. Doing the Arctic Circle, the Antarctic Peninsula. And I'm a big fan. I've done Antarctica before. I haven't done the Arctic yet, but this is sort of this growing demand. I love they coin this term soft adventure.
Yeah, it's good for me.
Experiences with high. Oh, that's good for you. Like, that's
Yeah.
good for me. I can have my.
I want to go on the adventure, but I need the spa right after. I don't want to sleep on the dirt afterwards.
Well, that speak for yourself.
Well, you can go. You can stay outside. I'll go inside the room.
Perfect. I want to sleep on the ice.
I'm good.
They do those. You can sleep
Ice
one night
hotels?
on the ice.
Yeah. All right.
Well, not ice hotels, but like there are actually cruises that one of their excursions is you can sleep overnight on the ice. I don't know how much sleeping you're getting because like it's kind of bright, and then I feel like I'd be just laying there.
Meditating. That'd be cool meditation.
We done yet?
Let's go inside. Soft adventure. You need it. But did you see what was cool about this that I liked and I wanted? In the prices, if you really kind of break it down, it's not too bad, but it's a 94-day expedition that starts at $104,000 per person.
Pole to pole.
Pole to pole. So you're going both North Pole to South Pole. 94 days on a ship. But it looks beautiful. I'm looking at the pictures right now. Like, it seems like a pretty cool adventure to have in life to say you went from pole to pole expedition cruise. And that includes dining on the ship, Zodiac landings, onboard lectures, Wi-Fi, and much more. So I'm wondering what the
Wi-Fi is definitely the way to go. But what's interesting about this, because especially the last cruise I was on where I met the gentlemen that do multiple around the world trips, those trips were about like 110 days each that they would do. And they used to be 120 days. So like there's absolutely a market for individuals that are looking for something that's like 90 something days. That's crazy.
Yeah. What's the longest you've ever been on a cruise ship?
Just about 10, 11 days. 11
Yeah,
was
me
supposed
too.
to be, yeah,
A
that was
10-dayer, 10
Antarctica,
days.
and this is 10. So you'll
So you're
see
on
me
a
next
10-day
week
cruise
here
now.
too.
All right, so you're 10
I'll
day.
be here next week too.
Yeah, I
So.
feel like there's something there. Lou says he did a 3-weeker.
Ooh,
And he's already done the Arctic and booked for Antarctica. So people are out there. I need to get on some of these. I've always done the Caribbean cruises. I haven't done anything like outside the Caribbean, but I love cruising. It's awesome. I get it.
it's great. It's really fun, and especially when you're like doing cooler places, like coolcations, like what I'm doing right now. I mean, look, Caribbean's fun and fantastic. In fact, this ship is going to be going to the Caribbean in October, so I'll be back on the ship in October in the Caribbean. But I mean, taking it here and just seeing what you're able to see in the comfort of your own
Hold on.
stateroom, yeah, it's awesome.
Is Lou roasting
Caribbean,
us? Lou is roasting me. Hey, man,
yeah,
I'm joking. I mean, I'm in
he's
Miami.
definitely roasting you.
The port is less than a mile from my house, so I hop on those cruises all the time. But
Oh,
no
the
hard feelings.
Caribbean. Hey, look, the Caribbean's easy.
Take what I got.
It's like our Mediterranean. It's our easy way to like bop around to a bunch of different countries. So no hate, Lou.
With all due
All
respect.
due respect.
That's what you say before you disrespect for somebody. You see, Lou? No, you're a long-time listener and viewer. We love you here, man. All good. All good. You earned the right to razz us a little bit.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about planes.
Oh, I know you love planes. Let's see what we got here.
I know you love planes. Yeah, I do. When you spend this many days on a plane, you're going to have strong feelings about them.
And I'm excited about this one.
All right.
I was reading the headline. I really want to hear if some of these actually work in your experience.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, do you want to go first? Because I don't know how my Wi-Fi is right now.
Yeah, you're good right now. But how to get extra space on plane without paying for business class. And there is a couple of tips in this article saying travelers can secure more personal space by purchasing an empty adjacent seat, booking exit row, extra legroom, or bidding for upgrades. And so some of these packages are going for extra space with perks like priority boarding or premium meals. And then there's some mid-tier comfort options for those willing to pay business class prices. So there's a lot of ways people are starting to get that extra space. I've done that a couple of times when I was with my family. I booked an entire row with an extra seat on the end. And so I could have that extra space.
So I've actually never done that. So when you book that extra, like what name do you put there? How do you do that? I actually don't know. I do.
I just put my name twice. It seemed to have worked when I went. I put my stuff there, and we had like the extra middle seat in the space for, it's like 3 chairs, and then I had another 2. But it was fine. I only did that one time, but that worked for a long trip, right? So that was good. And we put our stuff there, and it was great. And our kids had space because I always feel bad when I had the little kids. I didn't want to take them to first class. And plus, I couldn't really afford it still in some of those planes. But then you're in first class with kids crying. I didn't want to be that guy that was doing that. But how do you get the extra space? You travel a lot. What are you doing? Are you looking on the map to see which empty seats are in the middle?
Loyalty.
Points.
Because of loyalty and having status. So in full transparency, all my tickets are booked main cabin. As soon as my ticket is booked, I'm immediately upgraded to Delta Comfort. So I mean, unless it's like last minute and there really isn't space. But if it's ahead of time, immediately upgraded to Delta Comfort. So I'm always getting more space for main cabin price. And then again, depending on how busy it is, then I'll even get upgraded to first. But it's completely loyalty based. So, I mean, that's a huge thing, is like just play into that. And then, and also loyalty, you don't have to fly a lot for loyalty, but you do have to spend. Obviously. So, Delta, we've got some of the other airlines are really doing it based on how much you are spending. So somebody can do one flight on like a Delta flight, but if they do a Delta One ticket, that's like $4,000, that's already going to bump them up in status. If they do 2, so they can only do 2 flights, and they can spend more in those 2 flights than I spend on
the whole
25 flights, all in main cabin. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it all comes down to spend. So if you're not going to, it's either the number of flights or the amount that you're spending, really, which makes sense.
No, I love it. And for listeners and viewers that are just joining us or have joined us in the middle, we have Sarah live from the middle of the ocean pulling into Alaska. So that's why you may see it a little blurry, but right now she's coming in loud and clear, which is great. So now we're heading into our real-time recap today. What have you seen out on the streets or out in the ocean? What are you seeing out there in the world of hospitality?
Floating around out here in the world of hospitality. I'm going to give a shout out to the crew. I mean, obviously, but to the crew here on the Queen Elizabeth. It's a different ship than the one that I was just on, but so I think the thing that was really fascinating. So the last ship I was on left out of Southampton in England, and went to Norway. So as far as the travelers, I'd probably say 60-70% of the travelers on that particular ship were British. And so it's very interesting because of having the traveler demographic be different. Service was different. It was far more formal, and very elevated. Now on this particular one, we're departed out of Seattle, far more Americans. We're going to Alaska, which is a little bit more rugged, so to speak.
Mhm.
And I think due to those factors going into it, still elevated, but just a hint of a little bit more casual and more approachable. So I think I love those nuances. Same great brand, same great service, but it's sort of tailoring itself to the clientele, which is, I think, a mark of fantastic hospitality, because it's never one size fits all. You have to literally read the room, read the ship, see who's there, and proceed accordingly. But shout out to them. They're great.
That's awesome to hear. Well, I've got two short ones I'm going to give a shout out to because it was really cool. And they're two completely opposites, but just shows you the world of hospitality and what it is. The first, ultra luxury at the Carillon Wellness Resort here in Miami Beach. They have a little restaurant called the Tambourine Room. It's 12 seats, and they got a Michelin star last year, and now they're shooting for 2. And I got to try out the new menu that they're about to launch. And I didn't expect that. I walked in to have like a cocktail with the GM, and it turned into a 4-hour experience, which was amazing. And the whole team there, it's just awesome to see the creativity and how you have to imagine every plate and walk you through stories and journeys of what they had in their childhood and how they put it on a plate. Really, really cool. And just a great experience. So that will be coming up soon. So if anyone can go, check that out, the Tambourine Room. And then the other, I told you I was down on the farm yesterday in Homestead.
Yeah.
And we had to go get lunch somewhere. And we found this Royal Palm Diner. It was opened in the 1940s. And you walk into this place, and sometimes you're like, oh, this place looks kind of old and a little bit, worn in, I would say. But man, what a great experience. You felt like you were walking into the past. Everyone was super nice. I got my bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich there on a bagel. Everyone was so nice and warm and genuine and just like wanted us to feel like we were at home with them. So we'll be going back many times to that Royal Palm Diner in Homestead, Florida. So those are my two.
Did you take some photos? You got to take some photos and post that.
I'm going to take it next time. I walked in and I was like, uh-oh, let's see what this is. But I'm going to see. But I loved it. Check out on Royal Palm Diner, Homestead, Florida. It's been there since the 1940s and it's been great. And then let's see what we got. A couple last comments. Kate just took our first Brightline train ride from Orlando to Boca. I was blown away by the entire process with 2 young kids. Kudos to the cleanliness, food options, and the staff. So to my good friend, the president and CEO of Florida, Patrick Goddard, good job. I love that Brightline train experience. It really is my favorite.
I have to check it out. I'm dying to check it out.
You would love it. I think you would love it because it's like a good mix of, they're all hotel people. So Patrick came from Lowe's Hotels and he worked at other hotels. And so they make every stop feel like you're at a luxury hotel lobby. And then the service on the train is meant to feel like it's an extension of that. So they do an awesome, awesome job.
Hospitality makes the world go round, guys. It makes the world go round. It
all
really
different
does.
Kinds. All right, I'll give you the quote this week.
Okay, fine. So this is cool. So the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Mahatma Gandhi. It's a great quote. We know this quote. This is definitely that's one that's out there. I'm going to just quickly tie it back to a comment that I was making to somebody else the other day in that, which can be a conversation for another day, but it's this interesting notion in the United States, service. And I think all too often younger generations of individuals are not as keen on getting in the service industry because they're like, I don't want to be less than because I'm at service. But I think that this is a great reminder of when you lose yourself, you can lose yourself in the service of others, but you're still staying very elevated as a person. You're not necessarily just kind of bowing down. And I love that this is a reminder because it kind of gives power and strength to the world of service. where I think younger generations don't necessarily connect the two, but there's so much strength in that. So that's my 5
I think
cents
you
on it.
nailed it. I think that's exactly where we're going to leave it. I couldn't say it better than you. It is a high when you're serving others and you do it the right way and
Totally.
you're like taking time to really like, I think about this, where you really want to impress somebody because they're on their state and you really want to go out of your way to help them. And then they thank you back. It's really this addiction you get in hospitality of making people feel
It's
wonderful. So I love it.
Spreading that magic everywhere.
Yes. And you're doing it from live on a cruise ship here in Miami. I love that all of you here were interacting so much today. Love seeing all the viewers
This is
and all the
great.
comments today. We always love interacting with you. And who knows, maybe we're going to be live selling soon. I don't know. I just put it out there.
What?
Who knows?
What?
Who
I like
knows?
it.
But
I'm into
until
it.
I'll say, if you enjoyed this show, I'm sure you did, and we had some fun on it. Make sure to share it with a friend. I'm sure they'll like it too. If you haven't yet, make sure to like the pages on LinkedIn and what do we have? Instagram and YouTube. And then, of course, now we're official on Skift. So we're Skifters. So go like the Skift
Woo.
platform as well. So I guess until
Yeah.
next week, stay
hospitable.
Want to stop juggling spreadsheets, calendars, and a dozen apps just to run your rentals? Logify makes it easy. It's an all-in-one toolkit for hosts. Build a direct booking website, automate guest messaging, and keep all your channels in sync. Running your rental business your way has never been simpler. And for Good Morning Hospitality listeners, you can get 20% off any yearly plan with code GMH20. Just check the link in the show notes to get started today.